welcome back. I'm Karen and I'm here with Kelly, and we are answering your grief questions. So, we are deep in the holiday season now, and we are continuing to put out our videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So, we'll hope that you'll continue to tune in and to subscribe so that they will come to you and you'll be able to stay up to date. So, Kelly, today's question is for you, actually. What are some simple ways I can honor my loved one through holiday decorations without overwhelming myself?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this because I think that this is something really special that we can do. The holidays can bring up so many different feelings, and decorations can be triggering, right? All the memories when we take them out. And there's a few things that I've heard that I really like. One of our co-authors, actually, of our book from the Grief Experience, she has she does these little red ornaments with the people that have died. And so she'll write their name or picture on it. And every year they bring that box out. And it's actually a really special way for her and her children to be able to talk about these people that maybe they didn't even know, but they were important in her life. And so something even as simple as that, just a little ornament. There's also a ton of like memorial ornaments you can find online that you can customize. And I know for me, when I know somebody has had somebody die, I always get them one for their first holiday without them. So that way they can still remember them and honor them.
Yeah.
For another thing, a workshop that I did at the last couple of years was creating a memorial wreath. And so what they do is they bring ornaments that reminded them of their loved one or that they were their loved ones. And actually, I wish I had a picture to show you what mine looks like that I did in memory of my mom. But you put just basically all the ornaments, and then that wreath can honestly stay out all the time. But it's just a night. I have it on my door at my office during the holiday season. And it's just, I love it because it's got all these ornaments that have memories connected to my mom and reminds me of things. But it's just a nice way to know that she's still kind of with me during the holidays. And this year I'm doing something a little different. We're doing a vision board.
Okay.
So what we're asking people to do is to think about maybe some things that they'd like to bring, maybe some recipe cards, things like that. And we're going to do a bit of a guided meditation of like, how do you want the holidays to look? And then creating that board to kind of be able to help you envision what that looks like for you. And so maybe that will include some different decorations that you can use. But I think it's about doing what's right for you.
Yeah.
Maybe mom's ornaments don't come out this Christmas because it feels too overwhelming, and that's okay. There's always next year.
Yeah.
Maybe you limit the decorations, or maybe you buy some new decorations that don't have all that sentimental value because it feels too much. Or maybe you want to go all out and take them all out and reminisce and remember and sit with that grief, and that's okay as well.
Yeah.
So I just think you have to think about what feels right to you.
Yeah. I do think that that's really, the important thing, because a lot of people have built up a lot of decorations too over the
Mhm.
years. And so that word overwhelm in the question this person was asking kind of felt like there may be a lot. And do I
Yep.
have to do all of it? And I think sometimes, we talk a lot about, like, I was speaking to a woman today about the Christmas tree, and she doesn't really feel up to putting it up, but her husband sort of wants to, and trying to find that balance there. So we're, looking to like not upset people here, but I also know people feel very pressured not to let down their loved one who's passed away.
Mhm.
And like maybe they really love the holidays and these decorations like were their favorite thing. Maybe they had like a whole nutcracker collection or something like that. So I think for some people too, it's also that challenge of like feeling not just about how am I feeling, but am I going to be like not honoring them by not doing this? So it's hard. I think that's where I think you and I always sort of say, like, you can take down a few, you can do one, or maybe you pass them around to the family a little bit. Like, just I think
Yeah.
my singular piece of advice is to maybe just do it a little bit differently. Like if I had to kind of say like as a blanket statement, to find something that feels comfortable and maybe that's a
Yeah.
little bit different. Sometimes for the first year at least, the first couple of years
And
maybe.
and maybe some of those ornaments you decide to give out to other people that would they would be meaningful
Right.
to as well.
Right.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
might be a nice little present and a nice way to honor your loved one and also be able to still talk about them during the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. That's something I've been hearing people talk about more, is taking their loved ones' belongings and really spreading them, not just through the family, because that's usually like our immediate thought, but through
Mhm.
friends. And I think
Mhm.
that means so much to people, it
You
really does.
My mom always made chocolate chip cinnamon bars at Christmas, and we have her handwriting written recipe of it. And so my sister a couple of years ago took a cutting board and laminated that recipe onto it. And
Oh, that's
that
nice.
was one of my favorite presents I've ever gotten. It hangs up in my kitchen still.
Yeah.
And it was something meaningful that really was so special. And so many good memories are tied to those chocolate chip cinnamon bars, even though I do believe that there is an ingredient missing because I can't seem to make them perfect.
Yeah, well, and I guess that also kind of, and we've talked about, we're going to be talking about some things like gift giving and all of that, and how to be handling some of that. So that'll come up too. But I think it's wanting to surround yourself with things, I should say, that make you feel comfortable, that feel familiar. Sometimes things can be simultaneously very triggering, but then also very comforting. So the other thing too is that it's okay to put something out and be like, nope, and put it back,
Exactly.
that you're not
Well,
ready for it.
it just comes down to asking, is this gonna help or hurt?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it's not gonna be helpful, then maybe it goes away for this year, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Kelly, if you had to sum up, what are some simple ways that I can honor my loved one through holiday decorations without feeling overwhelmed? What would you say?
First, you have to do what feels right to you. Figure out what feels good. Ask yourself that simple question. Is this going to help or hurt? Maybe there's something you can do, a special memorial ornament. Maybe it's making a memorial wreath. Maybe it's not doing anything with the decorations this year and deciding to try again next year. It's about sitting with it and kind of finding what's right for you and doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big help. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you to everybody. We will see you next time. Remember, our videos come out every Wednesday and Saturday. We hope you'll subscribe.